Okay, I welcome you to today's tutorial. We'll be reviewing Group 5 work. Now, a project report on planning, testing, commissioning of a solar energy system. First, let's go through it and see what is wrong about it and the things we can improve. First, your title page needs some work. Title page. The title page needs some work. Also, what is wrong about it? These blue things, it should be black all through. I know it's a problem with style, so the blue text. What else? Oh, I see there's no page numbering. Let me write that too. Page numbers. Page numbers. What else is wrong with this? Oh, I see that this last part is not justified. So let's write that. Justification, justified. What else is wrong with this? The table of contents needs some work. Okay. Table of content. Okay, let's move on. What else is wrong with the report? The chapter 1 needs some work. Aim and objective is missing and there's no numbering. So let me write that. Chapter 1. Then the numbering. Numbering chapter 1, no aim and objectives. Okay, great. Let's begin. So first I'll be starting with the chapter 1. I see that this is blue is on style and I want to change it back to normal text. So chapter page 1, it should be centrally aligned. So I want to centrally align it. I click on and come here to paragraph and align center. Also, I see that this is in small letters. Title case, it's preferred to be in bold capital letters. So come to change case and uppercase. A project report on it's a final year project report with it. Planning, testing, and commissioning of yes as an alternative yes by great. Submitted to should be on a separate line. The department of on a separate line. Faculty on a separate line. Osun State Polytechnic on a separate line. Partial fulfillment of award for the requirements for the award of national diploma. And the date should be to the right. I'm just pressing it. I also see that this arrangement is not so great. Let me arrange it. I'm just tabbing it. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, that's too much. So yeah, this is looking much better. This is looking much better. Great. Now that the title page is done, I see that the font is not it. So let me change it to the right font. When we write in project report, there is this upper style that we keep talking about. Part of the requirements for upper is that the document is in a single font and the font is a readable font. One of the most popular fonts that we use is the Times New Roman, which is also a standard at our school. So I'll be highlighting all and coming to font and changing it to Times New Roman. Also, I'll be putting it to size 12. I will also be changing the line spacing to double line spacing. Oh, you see? Comma. So one thing I'm just noticing now is it looks faint. So just bold everything. Oh, good. You see, it looks much better now. As it should be. Next, what's wrong with the report? Next, we'll be moving to the blue text. So part of the upper rule is that the whole document should be written in a single color, preferably color black on a white paper. But it's also accepted that you have some colored on it. So the certification is in blue text. On clicking on the certification, I see this small arrow next to it, which shows that this text is a style. One good thing about using style is you can edit the style by going to modify, and it changes everything. So first I want it in Times New Roman, I want it in size 12, bold, the color black. Then I want it in double line spacing. You see here, see it has reflected, and immediately it is. At the same time, certification should be in capital letters and should be centrally placed. So the blue text that has been fixed. Then the page numbers. Before we move on to the page number, this needs a little work. So let me have it. Why have I done the tab? If you watch the tutorial on the group one, the group two, you see we talked about the two methods of writing project, which is the block style and the indentation. We had the indentation at our school. That is what I'm doing. Also, I see that here is not well aligned. For that, I'll be highlighting the text and I'll choose justify. By justifying the text, you see that the right side will become aligned. Something to keep in mind. Okay. This is to satisfy that. Let's write with matric number. So just write that for the rest. With matric number, yes. With matric number, and with matric number, I've undergone this project. I think that's it. I have a subject correction. So next, I want this. No. Yeah, this is much better. So have this so that the sign and date is to one side and the supervisor thing is to one side. Head of department, you need to write the name of the head of department. For the project supervisor, just leave it blank for now. So dedication, same thing. You put this in the center and you tab this text. Good. What else is missing? Then the page number, justify text, that's been done. Page numbers. Now, if this was a printed document and we're reviewing it, it will be difficult to say, oh, go to the certification page. Okay, you can easily find the certification page. Well, if you add a page number, it will be easier for you to refer to each page. How do you do that? You go to insert, page number, bottom of page, center. Wonderful. You see it now as page number. However, our page one doesn't have a page number, so you have to differentiate first page. That means the first page won't have a page number, or that's all. Also, something I'm noticing is it's giving me 1, 2, 3, but we want the Roman numeral I for the prefaces. So let me change that format page numbers, and instead of that, let me choose I, and immediately it is done. To do that, I just close, double click, so the page number has been fixed. Acknowledgement, same thing. You need to do more acknowledgement, but the project is just starting, so you can build it up. Acknowledgement, you change the case to uppercase and you put it in the center. Same with this. I want to do everything for you. Now to the table of contents. Okay, table of contents. Now to the table of contents. One good thing about using style, is with style, Microsoft Word can help you populate your table of contents. So let me delete this. You won't be needing this. And this is how you tell Microsoft Word to populate your table of contents. You come here to references. First, make sure your cursor is where you want the table of content to be. Then you go to table of contents. We want a custom one. The custom one enables us to set how it will look like. First, this is how it will look like. Heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. indented, but I don't want it indented, so I want to go to options, and I want to find heading 1, heading 2, heading 3 here. It's giving you heading 1 will be on tab 1, heading 2 will tab again. I don't want it tabbed, I want it on the same level. 111, okay. And it's also, I don't want this dot 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 dot, so let me go and put it to none. Other than that, it's fine. Okay. And you see immediately it has populated my table of content, the certification, dedication, acknowledgement, table of content, chapter 1, background, and the likes. Let me put this to capital and put it center. Remember to save as you move. Good. So we are now on chapter 1. First thing I'm seeing here is chapter 1 is bearing this funny page number. This is how you can fix that. First, you want to tell Microsoft Word this is a different part of the document than the previous. You do that by including a section break. Meaning that, okay, Microsoft Word, this is a different section from the previous section. So you come to page layout and breaks, then you come to section break, next page. This tells Microsoft Word that this is a different section from the previous section. Immediately you see that this first page doesn't have number again. Chapter 1 should be in the middle, in uppercase, background of study. Now in your project writing, when you numbering, you want to number it chapter 1. All items under chapter 1 will get 1 point. So background should be 1 point. Let's put it 1.1. Also, I see this blue text. Let me come back here. It's in blue text because it's an heading 3. Let me change heading 3. Heading 3 will be black. 12 times double line spacing. Great. So also this will be tabbed, indented. Objectives. Before you have objectives, you should have the aim and objectives. 2.2. Why am I using 2.2? This is 2.1, the main topic. Then there's another one after it, 2.1.2. 1 for the chapter and 2 for the second. Aim and objective of the project. So aim and objective of the project, since this is on heading 3, let me just put it on heading 3. And first, we want to write the aim. That will be 1.2.1. Why 1.2.1? Because this is under the aim and objectives. Under it. Aim of the project. Now, for a final year project in an undergraduate level, it's acceptable to have just one aim. But for postgraduate, they may have many aims. But right now, it's just one aim. And your aim is to fulfill the title of this project is to, what's the title of our project? Let me just go and copy it. Wonderful. Our aim is to, however, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Lowercase. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Something is screwing up the alignment. It doesn't make that sense. The aim of this project is to planning. So let's rewrite it so that it makes sense. To plan, test, and commission a solar energy system as an alternative source for mechanical engineering complex. Bam! That's it. The next will be 1.2.2. Why 0.2.2? Because objective is under aim and objective. Anytime you want to have a list, this way, list of stuff, you need an introduction to the list. So let's add an introduction. The objectives of this project are That is an introduction. So also I see this numbering system. We don't like this bulleted list. Why? Because it's hard to call the list. But if you had a numbered list, where you can say, oh, go to number 1, number 2, number we got 3, it's more easy to call upon. So that's that. I'm also looking at something. Here is a different font from the other fonts. You just fix that and you Control A and make sure my document is in Times New Roman size 12 and is in double line spacing. Wonderful. So scope of work will now be 1.3. Now, your background, this is too small. You should at least cover the first page and half of the second page. When you do that, the same objective will be on the second page and you can have 2 pages of chapter 1 more. Preferably write it so that it is 3 pages. When they remove part of it, it will be 2 pages. Now remember to save as you're progressing. And now that this is done, this should have been updated in the table of contents. Microsoft Word will not automatically update. Hence, you need to update it manually. You go back to the references, go to update table, update entire table, and bam, you see there. Background, aim and objectives. What else is wrong? Okay, aim and objectives done, numbering done, chapter 1 done, table of content. Next, you need to have this better way of saving your document, which is to save it using versions. If you bought AutoCAD in 2022, you have a version 2022. You bought AutoCAD in 2016, AutoCAD 2016. The 2022 is a more recent version than 2016. Same way with your report. You should have versions of it. It's still the same report, but you're having versions. That way, if there's something wrong with the older version, you can go to the previous version. Not just that, it also helps you to track what is changing. To do that, you come to File, Save As, go to Downloads is where I'm saving it, and you've saved it as Solar Energy Professional. Okay, let me just come after it and write V2 version 2. So once you add to this version 2, I'll give you this to download and use. Once you add it this version 2, you change it to V3, like that, like that, like that. Have the final version which you print and submit. I do hope that